All right.
Hey, everybody, we're early but late. Welcome to G.Parkers Arcade Room, everybody, where I was just informed that we have done 10 minutes of this show and realized that Greg once again did it again and hit the wrong button, or didn't hit a button at all. And so we have been dazzling you with great information about our topic tonight and hadn't got anywhere with it. So I first want to just start out by saying the joke's on me. Information about our topic tonight. And the second thing I want to do is I want to welcome my two guests tonight. First of all, you all know Bart, Off Grid Arcade. I'm Greg, G.Parkers Arcade Room. Bart's been on here many a time before. But I want to also welcome Mike, CB's Gaming Headquarters. So Mike's here. I think this is the first time he's actually been on my show. So I want Mike, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Did I freeze?
Yeah, I think you're, I don't know, you're kind of breaking up a little bit. But Bart, say hello while we see what Mike's got going on here.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Good to see you guys again. It's always nice to be on your show, Greg. Thanks for having me again. And it's awesome to see Mike. We hadn't seen Mike for a while, except for in VR. But now I get to see his real face instead of his avatar. So that's good.
Sounds good. Well, anyway, okay, kind of got off kilter here a little bit because we really have been running the show for about 10 minutes before what you're seeing now. Because and Mike happened to notice it. He says, "Guess what? We're not live." At least he caught it 10 minutes into it instead of an hour into it. But hey, what I'm here to talk about tonight is, and the reason I've got Mike and Bart here is because they can be here anytime they want because they're welcome here all the time. They're good friends of mine, great guys in the gaming community. Don't forget to check out their channels. They're great people. And you can see behind Mike, Mr. Postal could not make it tonight, but there's another channel you need to check it out. So we're honoring him tonight, or Mike's honoring him tonight, using him as a backdrop in his green screen there. So say hello to Mr. Postal, the old version and the new version. So with that being said, this group of retro gamers started out with Off-Grid Arcade there, and I'm going to let him have the floor here in a minute and tell you a little bit about what got him into it. Sorry, Bart, you're going to have to tell that whole story again.
That's okay. That's okay.
But what got him into it, and I'll tell you the way it progressed is I believe it was Bart. He had the first one. Mr. Postal got one. I picked up one not long after that. Mike CB's Gaming Headquarters picked up one. And then I believe it was just right after that, or pretty close to the same time, Retro Arcade Music Man, who you all know, picked one up. And he's been invited to be on here tonight, so we'll hopefully see if he can make it with us this evening. So anyway, with that being said, since this all started with Bart, I'm going to give Bart the floor and let him tell us a little bit about what got him into this virtual reality stuff. So take it away, Bart.
Yeah. So, it was about a year ago, and June 16th, Kelly says. She's had time to look it up while we restarted the show. I had to have some surgery done in El Paso last year, and when I got done the surgery, the doctor didn't want me coming home because it was too far away, and he wanted me to be close just in case there were any problems. And so we were stuck in a hotel. It was actually the Fisher House on base, the Army base there. And all of a sudden I got a message from my son, Jason, and he's sending me a picture of the box to an Oculus Quest. And I'm like, really? You got a Quest? And he's like, yeah, I'm picking one up. And so we got on our phones right away and started looking up Walmart. Did anyone have one? We found one at a GameStop, and we drove that day, got a Quest, got all the pinball games that could be on there because that's, we play a lot of pinball, and then we started getting some more games, and we were just hooked from day one. When we first turned it on, we're like, this is just amazing, and we've been playing it ever since. And then about 6 months later, because it was around Christmas time, is when we had enough of the pass the headset back and forth, and one of us would have to sit and twiddle our thumbs while the other one's playing. So we got a second one. So Kelly and I both have one now, and we can play games together, and we play online, and she'll jump on when we're playing with people, and yeah, it's a good time. So that's how we got started.
Okay, I'm checking something out. Okay, I was just checking out another spelling. Okay, so hey, that's great. So yeah, obviously, I know you have a passion for it, because I know that's what kind of motivated Mr. Postile, Mike CB's Gaming, myself, and Retro to kind of get into it. And they're just a hoot. So with that being said, we've got Off Grid, who's had this now for over a year. He's got 2 of them. So him and his lovely wife, which if you haven't met her yet, maybe we'll get her to get on screen here and give us a little howdy later. We'll keep embarrassing her into it. But then, so I'd say one of the latest ones to get it. Let me bring us back here. Here we go. We're all even here now. I want to hear from Mike CB's Gaming Headquarters and tell me a little bit about what you're thinking of this device as a person who's had it just for, I don't know, what, a week now?
Yeah, about a week. I can tell you one thing. I wasn't really sure about wanting to get into this because, watching it on YouTube is completely different than being immersed in it. I mean, you have to, put on the VR headset to experience the magic that goes on there. And I was just blown away. When I got my headset and I was playing with you guys with golf, it was just really immersive. Like I could hear the sounds like everywhere, like a waterfall. When we went in the caves, it was like echoey. The birds, it was just really, really immersive. I loved it. And it kind of got me weird feeling when what was it, Poe was showing me how to fly. And then I went up to the tree and I went back down like, whoa, that was kind of weird. I kind of felt that, the motion.
Right.
So, yeah, I love it. Just experiencing alone. I know a lot of people are like, I'm not sure. But it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a blast to play. I'm just checking. I want to make sure I've got everything set up right. You guys got me nervous as all get out. Yeah, after that mess up a minute ago, but I don't see anybody. Do you guys see anybody else in the chat? I see Arcade Chaos a while back put good vibes, but I don't see anybody in there yet. But again, this is going to go out for playback later, so hopefully we'll get some viewership in here. But so we've heard from Mike, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. You guys know I'm an amateur at getting this all set up, but I want to reiterate what Mike said. You don't know what you're getting into till you actually put the headset on, because you cannot feel it's shown in 2D on when we show them on YouTube. When we show the videos, it's not that 3D, and that 3D just really immerse. Mike used a good word there, immersing yourself in something. So yeah, and I just can't begin to talk about all the stuff and good time we had. Now, with that being said, we've got another guest coming on tonight. Once again, he's in the green room. Can you hear me there, man? Can you give me a thumbs up? Come on, I know you like the big intro here. The one, the only, the Retro Arcade Music Man.
I'm in 3D. Look at me. I'm in virtual reality. Here I am.
He is virtual reality. Take it from me, folks.
Hello, Mike. Off Grid.
How's it going, Retro?
Good to be back with the Retro family.
It's great seeing Mike, isn't it?
It is. How have you been, Mike?
I've been doing good, Retro. I brought Poe too. He's just quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, Poe's. Yeah, I see that. He looks older.
Old Poe.
Oh. Oh, this
Yeah,
is
if you scoot
fantastic.
over the other way, you're blocking young Poe there, Mike. Yeah, there you go. There's
Oh, there he is.
There's young
He'll
Poe.
watch this on the replay. For sure.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Well, let me tell you what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
First of all, we talked for 10 minutes until Mike pointed out that I didn't hit the live button. So we were 10 minutes late getting started, but not really. We were just chatting away to our viewership, and Mike types the chat to us. One of us has said, hey, guys, we're not live yet.
So you had to start over.
It's a good thing we didn't do a whole hour before. But thank you, Mike, for pointing that out. Check.
Oh, you're
Right.
welcome.
At least we had somebody responsible. But here's what our format's been. We've been talking about the Quest, the virtual, Quest. I get it. Oculus was the name of the company, and
Right.
Quest is the name of the device, and now they're on the Quest 2. But Oculus has been dropped because Facebook bought it, and they are now call themselves Meta. So it's a Meta Quest 2. Am I right?
Yeah.
Right.
Metaverse.
Yep, the metaverse.
Instead of universe, it's a metaverse. But it's really
Right.
not about the name. It's about what it is,
Right.
regardless of the name.
And Arcade Chaos says, Mike, good to see you.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
that
to
sounds
see
like
you,
my
Arcade
line.
Chaos.
Mike, it's good to see you.
Yes.
That's my chaos imitation.
So Bart started out talking about, his experience in getting into it. Poe was 2. He's not here, so he didn't get to talk about his experience, but unless Mike wants to speak for him up there. But anyway, then Mike being one of the newest ones to get one, but you are too, and I kind of fell in the middle, but we're only a few weeks behind. But so Retro, take it away for a minute. Tell us a little bit about
I've had
your
a couple
experience so
thoughts
far.
over the last couple of days. There was back in the day, there was a push for me to get a pinball machine, which I have over here. And the pinball machine is awesome. And then G.Parkers said, you know what you should get? You should get a Nintendo Switch. And I went, I don't know, maybe. And then you guys started bowling on the Nintendo Switch. And it looked like a lot of fun. So I thought, well, maybe I'll buy a Nintendo Switch. But I dragged my feet. And I'm cheap, as you know. And then I saw either 2 or 3 of you playing some kind of golfing game with virtual reality. And I thought, well, that looks really neat. But I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how it looked or sounded or felt. But I had a nice conversation with G.Parkers and Off Grid, and they said it's just so worth it. I think this was last week, too, we were talking. And after the show, I made that decision to go get one before Mike Seabees had one. So I hopped in my car at midnight and drove to my local Walmart only to find out they were closed. So drove back home, got up the next morning, and then I picked one up. And I kind of just set it up, updated it. I had to go to work, so I did that. And I came back home and I left it alone. Probably a few days went by, and I said, okay, let's see what this is about, see if I can set up my avatar. And I'm thinking, okay, just where I'm sitting, which is like a backdrop, kind of like your wallpaper on your computer. I went, wow, this is interesting. I can look over here, and I see plants and a cactus, and there's a nice landscaping. There's the sunset over there. And when you put these on, you're not in your house anymore. You're in whatever that world is. And so probably that was the most impressive part for me. I didn't know much about what was out there on VR. And I stumbled across, I'm into music. I found this Elton John VR thing. And Elton John was performing a song on stage in front of this huge crowd. But with the goggles on, I'm not in the crowd. I'm on the stage. I'm looking at the drummer. I'm looking at the guitar. I'm looking at Elton John on the piano, singing and playing. And I went, wow, I'm really here. I'm not at my house anymore. So it takes you somewhere else. This had to be the coolest part for me. And then to sit in a golf course this morning and play with Off Grid and play with Mr. Postile and play with G.Parkers Arcade Room, that was definitely worth the money. I would go VR over a Nintendo Switch any day. Hands down, 100% recommendation. Love it. Love VR. There you go.
You know, I'm trying to bring up a little video clip that I did of us playing this morning.
Oh, yeah.
But my StreamYard is not allowing me to play that file. It's an MP4, so I don't know what's going on. I would entertain that if any of you, are you guys able to share a video file from your end on here on StreamYard? Because if you have one, I'll gladly put it up there if you have one.
You could just play any of your VR golf games, and they would get the idea of what it looked like.
Right. Well, the problem is I'm trying to play. I don't know what's going on with my computer tonight, but I'm trying to play any video file in here that's an MP4 format, and it's not letting me play it.
I do have a follow-up question for Retro.
Well, go with that question while we work on this technical stuff. Go ahead.
It's a big switch because Retro usually asks everyone else questions, so now I'm going to question him. But I've said it 100 times myself that watching a YouTube video of someone playing in VR just does not do it justice. And I know you've watched like the Drunk Gamer playing, and you've watched some of my stuff. What are your thoughts about, does YouTube do the justice at all for what you see inside the headset?
Okay, that's a great question, Off Grid. I do watch the Drunk Gamer. I'm a big fan of his, and he does play stuff on the VR. He had me rolling when he was playing some Darth Vader lightsaber game, and he was taking his little stick and he was I don't know, slicing something up like Julian style.
Right.
And I was laughing and watching him, not realizing that what was really going on behind the goggles was it's a 3D environment, or as I call it, an actual environment. You're in the Darth Vader arena with a lightsaber fighting the bad guy, as it would be like you were actually there. Does YouTube do it justice? Probably not even half of the justice that it does it. Maybe a third, because you get to see the gameplay. But when you put goggles on and you have left eyeball and right eyeball, and it makes it that 3D environment like you're actually there, that's worth all its weight in gold right there. So maybe 30% on YouTube.
And I always emphasize the scale also, because when you're watching it on a versus being there and it's all around you. And now instead of Darth Vader being on your YouTube screen and being, however tall, he's 6'6" in front of you, standing there. It's just, it's an amazing thing.
And I'm sure Mike Seabees has the same reaction that we're all having. VR.
Oh yeah, love it.
It's hard to describe how amazing putting on a pair of goggles and then being in a different world and actually feeling like you're there. When I went flying on that golf game, I mean, it was like I was going up in a helicopter or on a roller coaster. You could feel it in your stomach and in your eyes. It was like you were there. Once you got used to it, made it a lot easier.
And how cool is it when we were playing golf and you're doing whatever, and then Poe says something, Mr. Poe style says something, and you physically turn around and look, and there's Poe. And then Mike or Greg says something, and you physically turn and look, and there they are. It's not scrolling a screen or pushing a joystick. You turn your body, you turn your head and look. Oh yeah, there's Mr. Poe style. There's G.Parker.
You're right. Off Grid, I think there was a time during that gameplay where I said, Off Grid, look at me. And I watched your head turn towards me. It was cool.
Well, let me point out one thing that one time Poe was playing golf with us, I believe, and his dog was barking, but the microphone was picking up the barking, and we were looking at Poe's face, and it was going.
Oh, his lips were moving for the bark?
Yeah.
The Avatar's mouth was moving.
Okay. Oh, Nacho.
But I got to reiterate what he's saying, and that is the fact that, first of all, the Switch is a fun device. Don't get me wrong. I have had a ball with it. As a matter of fact, I felt neglected, so I turned it on earlier this evening just because I thought the poor thing's sitting over here. But the thing about this beauty is I can't believe how well it communicates. I mean, the Unknown Gamer, I don't think it's any secret. He lives here with me. He's in the chat.
Unknown.
Yeah. And he just pointed out something. Well, no, I'll get in that in a minute. But, we can talk to each other, but we have to go in separate rooms because, there's not much of a lag. There's a little tiny lag. But when he's talking to me in the same room, I can hear him.
Oh, right.
But then I can hear him.
We deal with that all the time, Kelly and I, hearing the little lag echo. I do want, since you mentioned the chat, I do got to say something really quick because I'm me. VKQ mentioned about Mike's Elvira shirt that he's wearing, and it is a cool shirt, but I do got to point out that Mike can't fill out a shirt the way Elvira does.
Right.
And we ought to say hello to the people who are here. Of course, the Unknown Gamer. Of course, our Arcade Chaos. He's always here with us, and we love having him here. And I want to say hi to VKQ Interest and Adventures. So, did you guys see anybody else in here that since we've been going? Of course, this is available for playback. So if people aren't here, that's fine.
I would like to propose to Mr. Chaos that he would invest in a VR headset. I'm telling you, he would probably put that Nintendo Switch down. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but that's my fault. That's my feelings.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. One of the cool things about it is if, on the Switch with Nintendo, you can buy a gift card for somebody or something, and this group has been so wonderful. And with the Oculus, you can actually, or the Quest, you can actually gift somebody a game. You can play it and say, hey, I want to play that with somebody. So I don't think there is anybody in this group that hasn't exchanged back and forth, done something and said, hey, I know Poe just wanted me to go fishing with him. And I said, well, I don't have the fishing game yet. Next thing I know,
and then you bought it for him. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, well, he bought it for me. Yeah, the fishing game. Poe got it for me.
And Mr. Chaos could stream his Oculus or MetaQuest or whatever it's called, but he could stream that on his channel.
Yeah.
You can do it right there from the device. And
what I was going to tell Chaos
is
if he gets a Quest, I'm saying it here publicly now, I can't get out of it. The mini golf game is on me, brother. It's coming your way. Yeah. So all you got to do is let me know when you get one.
Yeah.
Now, Chaos says he has really bad vision, but Kelly got these special goggles just to correct her vision, right? Off grid?
Yeah, she has prescription lenses that snap right into the headset. So when she puts her headset on, she takes her glasses off, puts the headset on, and
she can see perfect.
Yeah. Now if I put her headset on, I can't see nothing because it's all blurry.
Right. Different.
But
vision.
they do snap off. They're not permanent. They are. If you are sharing it with someone, they pop on and off relatively easy. Not easy enough that they're falling off, but
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go, Chaos.
Now, well, real quick, I got to say something. My son is the Unknown Gamer.
What?
I don't. And his name's Travis.
What?
His name's Travis. Yeah.
Oh,
I got to show
that,
it,
Kelly.
But look at this. Look at this.
I'm looking.
His brother shows up tonight.
Oh, here we go.
Tonight. First time watching Brad. Hello.
Oh, Brad Vince. I didn't even put it together.
Yeah. So
wow.
I got Brad. Or I noticed that. Well, you put that in at 10:32. So unless your attention span's only 2 minutes long, I hope you're still here. But anyway, so I got to give a shout out to my own son.
The unknown gamer is so unknown. He had to introduce himself to his own brother. That's some serious unknown.
That is.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, now he's partially known.
Yeah, now he's partially known. Well, that all started.
Partially known gamer.
If you look back at some of my videos, that started with me putting a bag over Travis's head and having him perform and play a game in one of my videos. And if any of you are as old as Retro is, you'll know that there used to be a comic called The Unknown Comic that performed with a paper bag on his head.
Absolutely. Hey, G.Parkers, did you tell the story about how you went to that party and you got to try on the goggles, the VR goggles, and that's what sold you?
Yeah, I hadn't really told you yet, but yes, that's what I did. I went to some friends of ours' house, and but actually, I tried it on. I wanted a set, but putting them on made me really want a set. But I think the big selling point was this buddy of mine's wife kept telling my wife she needed to try it on. My wife says, no. And no. Well, funny,
but you're thinking...
This gal just walks over and plops it on my wife's head. You know, they're close friends. And Cheryl started looking through it. She says, "Oh my God, you got to get one of these." Well, what do you think I did the next day? I said, "No mind changing time here." I said, "We're off to the show. We're off to the store." So.
That's right. I think you told this story last Sunday. But man, what a great story!
Then the unknown gamer's birthday was coming up, so I said. You think we ought to get him one too? Oh, yeah. Well, see, now at least I got two in the house. So it's kind of I know he's watching, but there's a little bit of selfishness there because I got two in the house now.
So, Mike, how did you come across one?
Oh, I was gifted it.
Really?
By somebody here in this room.
Not me.
And everybody knows that you and I are tight asses, Retro. So you know it wasn't us.
That's an amazing gift.
Yeah,
yes. Amazing.
Yeah.
Technically, you're going to get some.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Kelly sent it. Technically, Kelly sent it.
Yeah, man. I mean, because that's the gift that you can use all year long. That thing's going to be so valuable. When it comes to gaming and having fun, you're not going to put that down in a month from now or 2 months from now. You're going to have that thing on this Christmas, this next year. That thing's going to be awesome. You're going to love that thing. And you just got it.
Like Greg was saying, I had some selfish motives too, because I want to play games with Mike, and he's got other priorities going on right now. And we all often say, there are signs that you made the right decision and who you chose as a partner in life. And this was one of those times because I just kind of offhanded mentioned to Kelly. I said, we should just buy one for Mike and just send it to him. And she did not flinch. She said,
really?
Yes, do it. Let's do this. And so she was on Amazon before I could finish the sentence. And she's like, I can send it to him. I'm like, well, I got to get his address first. But
I've got that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
no kidding.
So that's all right. Now, she might be a keeper. I don't know.
Did you, Mike? Have you played games with Off Grid and Kelly?
Yes, I went fishing with them.
That's awesome. And I saw the zombie game too. I saw that.
Yeah,
that one's fun.
That zombie game. Yep. That game's awesome, but it's only 2 players. That's the bad part. That one doesn't allow more than 2 players. So
eventually,
it's a blast.
Retro games are on the VR too, so I've got to look into that. I believe G.Parkers sent me something, so I got to look into that and make that happen.
But one thing I wanted to point out too is, if you're into gaming, of course, this is a cool toy. As Retro said, there's some retro games coming out. The golf, the bowling. I mean, there's just the people that I went to their house to watch them. They bought it not for gaming at all, but for exercise. And I actually did their exercise program on it for 20 minutes, and it was a good workout. I mean, it was really a good workout. Yeah.
You can cast your goggles onto a television, so like if other people want to watch your gameplay as you're playing the game, they can watch as well.
In 2D,
Right.
but yes, they can.
2D.
But that's something I also
same-
wanted to. But there's so many. All right, let me give you an example of some other things. I've said, and I wanted to mention this because it reminded me because Travis mentioned it a minute ago, the Unknown Gamer. He was watching us this tonight on YouTube. You can watch YouTube on it.
Yeah, it's huge.
And if you go to YouTube, you can actually go to. You can do a search for I did a search for Quest 2 roller coaster rides. And you better be sitting down and have a barf bag next to you, because I'm telling you what, I was like, I mean,
Yeah. I was surprised when you posted that to the Facebook thing. I was like, holy crap, Greg is doing a freaking roller coaster. That's pretty hard. That's hardcore.
Yeah,
But-
there's
And you weren't busy?
you can go to concerts.
yeah.
I
But
did the
problem
Elton
with
John
you-
one.
The problem with
Go ahead.
YouTube, though, is Travis just pointed that out. You can watch, but he's had to switch back over his laptop because you can't chat in these live streams with the. Yeah, I can't. We hadn't figured out how to do that.
Oh, so you're telling me the live stream is in VR, but the chat is disabled?
Well, let's put it this way: you can click the button for the chat, but there's no keyboard comes up, no chat shows. So, play with that and try it. But we couldn't get it to come up.
Gotcha.
But you
Yeah,
can,
you can
get
watch-
Amazon Prime videos, Netflix,
Oh yeah.
all that stuff's available to it.
Twitch, is Twitch on there? Maybe you can watch a Twitch stream or something.
I don't know. I haven't found it if it is, but
Okay.
well,
Yeah,
there
I
is a
mean-
browser though, so you can do anything that you can do in a browser.
Yeah.
You
That's
could do
true.
it that way. I don't know if it has an app for Twitch, but you could look it up on the browser and log into.
Oh,
your
that's
Twitch.
true. Yeah, just go Twitch and then search for that. Yeah, that makes sense.
But
And it
there's
would
also
probably
a-
be like that big IMAX looking screen, which is
There's
kind
a
of
thing
Right.
called Big Screen, where you can go
Yeah.
in and watch movies with other
Yeah.
people, and you can. And Bart and I were you and I that were sitting watching a show together on a big screen, and you can get a box of popcorn and throw it on the person sitting next to you.
Yeah, I was chucking tomatoes over at Greg, and one stuck to his head. He didn't even know it because he was trying to change the channel. And
That's cool. Yeah, I downloaded that app. So next time you're having a movie night, let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
fun. But now that we've talked about all the different possibilities, just imagine where the future of this is too. It's just going to get better. I suppose VR 5-10 years ago was nothing like it is today. Today, it's worth the purchase. So think about that. Where will it be in 10 years from now?
yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
Here we
What
go.
do we got?
Mario Kart.
Oh,
Well, I was trying to set something up, but if you guys don't mind, I didn't want to interrupt anybody. But let me see if I can make this work, because I did have something I was going to show.
Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Is this
Oh.
us today?
And I
Look
won't
at
bore
that.
it's like, but here's a little capture. Now, see, this is 2D, but you can see Off Grid managed to figure out how to make his head float around in the game. There's Retro Arcade Music Man. There's Mr. Postile. Of course, you can't see me because I'm the one running the camera.
Yeah, but there we are. So that's a 2D version of what we do.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you just kind of squeeze the trigger of your controller, and then you point your controller down, and that's your golf club. And it knows that you're pointing the controller down, and it puts a golf club on the end of the stick, even though there's no
Yeah.
stick.
And everyone's looking at their wristbands to see what their score is, and you're physically turning your hand, holding the controller and looking at your wrist in real life, and you can see your hand and the wrist display. It's just cool.
Okay, so here he's going to putt. Of course, he gets he gets the hole. There were several attempts where you didn't, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, this
So,
is
I don't
just
know-
amazing.
To the average YouTube viewer that's watching this on the replay, this probably doesn't look that impressive. But when you put goggles on, left eye, right eye, it is the coolest environment. I'm telling you. I did a test stream a couple nights ago, and I think my reaction is genuine when I'm looking in outer space, and I truly believe that I'm in outer space.
Yeah, this is a horrible rendition of what you're seeing, and see, you see us moving around fast. That's because.
Are you flying? Yeah, you're flying.
Yeah, I'm flying now. But if it's my turn to play while I'm out goofing around looking at the course, you just hit your trigger button, and it teleports you right back to your ball.
Yeah, right in front.
Yeah.
So there's no messing around. You just focus on where you got to hit it and hit it. Look at him fly, though.
And see, I went around that mountain, and now I'm coming back on the hole, and there's off grid there getting ready to do his shot.
It's so cool. It's so nice. I've got to do another live stream with just VR. I've got to get that bowling game, and I've been asking other people, what games is your favorite? Brooklyn Menace told me his, but I already forgot what it was. He sent it to me, though.
Yeah. He sent me a friend request on the Quest. So I am now friends with Brooklyn Menace on there, and the Drunk Gamer, and Herb Wars. I have all of them on, on the Quest. I haven't played with those guys yet, but other than the Drunk Gamer.
Yeah, Drunk Gamer is usually available. Herb Wars on Sunday, and Brooklyn Menace late at night.
Hey, there's Rob.
Early in the morning.
Rob just put in the chat, Golf Plus. That's what I play with Rob and my boys. Every Sunday we play, and then sometimes we squeeze in games other times, but we play Golf Plus every Sunday evening.
So I was thinking,
amazing.
Yeah, go ahead. This morning,
that's it.
I had something I had to go to, and so I set the timer on my phone so I wouldn't get lost in VR world further than I needed to be. And time went by so quick. I think we played for an hour and a half, and it did not feel like an hour and a half. It really didn't. It was it was something else. You lose track of time. Worse than Vegas.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Like, you don't go on for a quick game.
Yeah.
There's no quick game.
You can just kill hours. I was telling the story before, I think we might have talked about it last week with the fishing game when Kelly and I first got that, and we had the two headsets. Sometimes we'd eat dinner relatively early, so we're done eating around 6 o'clock in the evening, and we'd go fishing. And because fishing is so, you're not moving around too much, it's mostly just your hands moving, we'd plug our headsets right in, so it's not even dependent on batteries. And next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, we should probably go to bed because we've been fishing now for 6 hours, and it's just,
Although,
having a great.
You probably could have kept playing.
Oh yeah,
I've got a question for Mike, because Mike's been Bart and myself and Retro. We get to go on, and Mike's just the most patient man in the world. I love Mike. So I haven't heard much from Mike, so I've got a question for Mike. Now that you have this, have you been looking at? Because I have been. I'd like to open up the discussion of accessories. I want to cover any gambit that you can, but so just go ahead. I'm thinking of the headsets, the batteries they were talking about. So go ahead.
Sure. A good thing to get if you're going to be starting to do this VR thing, you want to have like a battery charger. So I bought like that battery backup set from Amazon. You can find them listed there. There's quite a bit. I think I got the one that was like $49. And anyways, it's supposed to keep it charged because you got about 2 hours of gameplay, until it dies. Because I remember when I golfed with Off Grid, G.Parker, and Mr. Postal, and the Unknown Gamer, I didn't get to play long because it died on me. I'm like, dang it, the battery. So
We're like, where the hell did Mike go?
Yeah, I know. So I went and bought a battery backup so that way it says it's supposed to last about 8 hours on mine. And I'm not sure if that's true. I got to time it, but it's helped because when I fished with Off-Grid and his wife and Poe, I didn't set it in correctly, the battery backup, so my battery died. So I had to go like, oh, okay. And I figured it out how to set the charge. I'm like, I had it in the wrong charge on the back. So after I went back on, I went straight back to fishing because, Off-Grid and Kelly got me really addicted to playing that game. I love playing that. And you can, the cool thing about it is you can listen to music like YouTube, or if you have your MP3 player. I was like listening to, what's that, Hunger Strike, Like a Stone, those songs on there. And I was like, dang, this is cool. I can load up my own music while I'm fishing. And it's so calming and relaxing. You're not like stressed out, and it's just so fun to go fish. So yeah, I did the same thing like Off-Grid. I played and I looked at the clock. I'm like, oh my god, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I got to go back to work, but it's so fun. I didn't want to leave. It's just, and when I went back to work, I was thinking about it when I was working there. It's like I'd rather be fishing in VR. It is so fun. Yeah, if you hadn't experienced, it's fun. I'm not really into fishing, but I do love that game. That's an awesome game.
I gotta try it now.
Yeah,
I gotta try that. Wow.
And the visuals on that game are amazing. On that real VR fishing, they're real landscapes, and you're there. It's crazy. I'm not a big fisherman myself. I grew up in Phoenix, and I didn't do much fishing as a kid, but I like fishing games, and this by far is my favorite fishing game ever.
Oh yeah,
it's just.
And there's other accessories too. I can for you.
Oh yeah, there are.
You can buy like a golf club type thing, right?
Yeah.
So that way you have the weight.
Let Bart show his.
And real quick,
let me say hi to Rob Lentz. I just had to mention Rob Lentz. Don't interrupt, but I wanted to say hi to Rob. He's here now.
Stop interrupting, G. Parker.
I'm sorry, but I got to recognize these guys in here. I want to say hi to them.
So cool, Off-Grid. Wow. Yeah, we got to get those.
Look at that.
Now, I got a funny story. I got a funny story about this and a tragic story about this. The funny story is I was adjusting my headset earlier, so I set the club down on the floor like this. And, of course, this is a short handle. And then in my headset, I was reaching down to grab the club, but in the headset, it's a full-size golf club, so I'm reaching, and I can't find the end. Now, the tragic one is while we were playing, my son Travis, I also have a son named Travis, and he cracked the countertop when we were golfing.
With his swung.
He had one of these, and he broke the whole end of it. His controller went flying. The battery back went flying. The controller itself is fine, but he broke his club deal.
The connection.
He go $30 to $50. Yeah, but that
do
that
they
just
help
happened
in the game
tonight? Oh, for the real golf, when you're playing Golf Plus, and Rob's probably laughing right now because he was there for this when Travis broke his club. But for real golfing, the Golf Plus, where we're playing on a real course, I use this. When we're playing the mini golf, I take the controller out and I just putt with the controller.
Ty Taylor, just want to say hi to Ty Taylor. He's in the
Stop
chat.
interrupting, G. Parker.
Oh, gotta say hi. Gotta say hi to a couple of guys.
Hi, Ty.
Go ahead.
What about losing track of time? I'm thinking Off-Grid might have, and G.Parkers might have more time to kill. Off-Grid's out in the middle of the desert out there in Texas, and Mr. G.Parker is retired. Have you ever tested the limit to see how far you could go before you had to be exhausted and take the thing off-Grid?
Well, I can tell you this, that number is significantly different when you get a different head strap. When you're using the default elastic band head strap that came with it, that that time
Not good.
was about the time the battery died. I was ready to have that thing off my head.
Okay.
Now,
But now
with
that you got a
Solo
battery,
VR, I can go forever.
what's your longest run?
Probably when fishing when it's plugged in and we've played 6-7 hours in one run.
Right. See what I'm
Nice.
saying?
Nice.
What about you,
Yeah.
G.Parker? What's the longest you've gone?
Well, about 2 hours. I think we played
Okay.
a long 18 holes of that mini golf, and it looked like it's 2 hours, but and it was starting to hurt my head. But I'll tell you what, Off Grid sent me a link, and I don't know if you want to put it in the chat or I won't bother you to do that. Maybe I'll put it in the description here later. I'll get it copy of the one that Bart sent me. But this one headset from Amazon, and it's only it's under $50, isn't it, Bart? $49, $48.
Yeah, $49.
Comes with the battery in, but I'll tell you the thing I like about the headset is it seems to be balanced well, and the way it attaches to your head, you don't like. I get this pressure with the stock one right in here, and it start giving me a little bit of a headache. Yeah,
It's hard to see you. Can you bring us back to the fourplex?
no, yeah, okay.
You were showing me the pressure, but it was hard to see that.
I know, my bad. I had that,
And I'm sure Mike.
I was
wants
wanting
to
to
be
give
part of the
Mike. I was
fourplex.
wanting to give Mike a big screen there for a little bit.
There you go,
it's just
Mike.
The
And Poe.
the headset was here. I'll show you, Retro. It was right here.
On the noggin. Okay.
Yeah, it was just, and and I think I've seen people take them off, and they're a little bit red there. But with this headset, well, I've got it right here.
the headset with the cushy stuff, the one that you recommended, Off Grid.
Yeah, it's the same one
There
I
it
have.
is. Mine,
see,
the little
it's-
plastic pieces that hold it in sometimes separate. Maybe I'm not pushing it in far enough, because sometimes it'll just pop out.
Yeah. Did you get one of those too, Retro?
Yeah, I got that and 2 batteries, so I'm good.
Nice.
I can charge while I'm using a battery, and then when that battery is charged, I can put that on too. And then it's got the
Yeah.
main unit, which I guess you plug in with a wire and you just plug it right in there.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
these
that
are
heavy.
Halo. That's a Halo style, and you can see
Yeah.
that big bar at the top. That takes the pressure up onto the top of your forehead more than your face. The original strap, sucks it right to your face.
Right,
These
and so then
put
your top
pressure
heavy
up here. Yeah.
or face heavy.
Face
Now it's more
heavy.
balanced.
Right.
I need to pick that up. That's nice.
It's on Amazon. I think it's like $49.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
worth it. That was
Yeah.
my first purchase and my only purchase. That golf club thing, I would probably do that, but I want to make sure I'm not in the room with my TV.
Right. Yeah, you got to be careful with it. Like I said, Travis, he smacked his cabinet. I smacked my dog. It's yeah, and it was a drive too. It wasn't no putt. This was a drive, and I cracked
a
that
good
dog
one.
in the head. And I felt bad, but so you do got to be cautious. And then with all the games, people, same one Rob has too. He just put in the chat. He has that same headset too because I've recommended it. Jason has the same one. Once I got it, I've recommended it to everybody. But
And see, even Rob is saying 7 hours, no big deal.
yeah,
I'm sure there are people that do VR all day long, 12 plus
Yeah.
hours. Easy.
you do have to be aware of your surroundings, though, even if you're not using the golf club thing. Because there's boxing games, and like the Beat Saber is very popular, and you're swinging your arms and flailing it. And that's why that Guardian is so important. That you draw your Guardian around your room, so it gives you a warning when you're getting out of your play space, because you don't want to be smashing stuff.
Wait, did you say Beat Saber?
Yeah. Beat
Oh,
yeah,
Saber.
that's a
Well,
good one.
Poe was calling it Meat Saber.
Yeah, that's a whole different game to post.
.com.
That's a whole different game.
Poe
It is
has a
fun.
lot of different insight into this. We're missing him tonight because Poe has a whole different insight into this.
Yeah, Poe's a lot of fun. And
He is.
and
I
talking
got to buy
about-
that bowling game for sure.
I wanted to get back to Retro. You were asking about some of the games, And right now,
Right.
one of my favorite newer ones that I just discovered, I don't know how long it's been out. It's called Elven Assassin. And
Yes,
basically,
I saw you and
you're,
Mike play that.
well, it was me and Poe.
Oh,
And
so you have to hold the controller, and then you
yeah,
have to
you're
hold the
holding the
other
controller
controller.
out, and then you use the other controller to draw your
Oh, and it knows.
in your in
Okay.
that game. And I think you can have up to 8 players on that in a multiplayer match. And
Mm.
it is so much fun. I played it with my son Jason. I played it with Poe, and at one
And you play
point
with Mike.
we were trying to get Mike to play, and he didn't buy it yet. And then a third
Oh,
boat
okay.
came, and all these other guys, and we were cussing Mike, saying, "Where's he at? We need him now. We're getting attacked." But it is just so fun. I can't get over how fun it is to play with other people and friends, and you feel like you're really there with them. It's just
It really
it's
does
amazing.
feel real
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you have a conversation, and you're looking at the avatar of the person, and it should probably look like them, although mine did not.
Yeah. He had a nice visor.
I'll figure
Yeah,
that
that's
out.
cool.
Yeah.
You had a nice
Nice
visor
visor.
and some shades.
So
Gamer
Gamers
Effects.
Effects is here.
Gamers Effects
And-
is here.
Who did you say earlier? Ty Taylor?
Yeah.
Hello,
Ty Taylor, Rob Lentz, Arcade Chaos, Kelly Heff,
Rob,
Rob Lentz,
VKQ,
BKQ,
Brad Vincent, Nanak
Brad
Frukas.
Vincent,
Yeah, I saw
Unknown
Nanook was
Gamer.
here. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I don't know if Frickus has VR. I don't think she does. But I know the PSVR America does. So it sounds like we might have a new group of friends out there, all thanks to YouTube. And I'm looking forward to my future endeavors in a different world, all over the world. You can almost go anywhere. If you want to, I took a helicopter ride over Mexico. I went into outer space and I looked at the solar system. I was on stage with Elton John as he was playing the piano. There was a Prince video I watched, and then I was live on stage with Taylor Swift. And so the
Nice.
possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of your imagination.
There used to be an app, and I don't know if it's still out there. You can go to the International Space Station, and you're floating around. You
No
grab on
kidding.
stuff and you pull, and you'll just drift in the side of the station, and then you can actually go outside and do a spacewalk. And
Oh,
talk
wow.
about fear of heights. That's kind of freaky when you go outside of that thing, and you're like, "Oh my gosh!" But awesome.
So
Awesome.
can you see Earth from there?
You can. Yeah, you can.
Oh,
And you can
See?
pull yourself, and you know if you miss the station, you're just going to float into oblivion. So it's kind of scary. And yeah. Oh,
How
Feral
long have you
Inferno's
had it
in the
off, Rid?
house. I've had it for a
Inferno.
year.
1
Hey,
year.
Feral.
Okay.
Yep. This is my 1 year anniversary month of having
No.
VR.
Yeah, and Off Grid is always the one we look for on how to, or why does this work this way. We go to Off Grid. He's our techie guy when it comes to that stuff. Man, you played a few games. Wouldn't it be neat to see how many hours you spent on that thing?
Yeah, it would be interesting. I wonder if there's a log somewhere.
I wonder, because
yeah.
that would be neat.
Yeah, Gamers Effects
Yeah.
said time to buy me a headset. And any
on
of you
out.
people, because I did see the Unknown Gamer mentioned up there. He said with the $30 credit, what's a must buy game? And just
Oh, yeah.
before we get into a game, I do want to say, because if Gamers Effects, if you're thinking about getting one,
Yeah.
get with
Yeah,
your buddy
get
Retro
the
here.
referral
He can
link.
give you a
Yeah.
code, a referral
Yep.
link, and you guys will both get $30 credit. We've done that amongst ourselves and got each other
Yeah.
$30 credits here and there, and
Yep.
you can use it in the store for other games. But
I should have gotten you that referral Off Grid because I put the link in and then I signed in. And it
did
said yes.
it worked? I got the credit on my account.
But I have a
Oh, that's
question
cool.
on that. I've got to, now that we brought that topic up. That's why I'm glad you guys are here, because this was on my list of things to talk about with you being here tonight, Retro. Because
Yes, sir.
Poe sent me a link
Okay.
I followed the instructions explicitly.
Oh boy.
And then after I got mine registered, I sent the Unknown Gamer a link, and he followed it explicitly. You got one
Yep.
and followed followed Off Grids explicitly.
Yep.
Myself, Poe, and Unknown Gamer got denied our credits at first until I went online, and I got to admit, first of all, it was a pain in the butt, and I will give this little downside. It was a pain to take care of. It shouldn't have been this hard to do, but I will give Meta credit. They made it right. They gave us our credits.
Okay. But you had to work for it.
What I want to know is what you did different than what myself, Poe, and the Unknown Gamer did, because yours went through with Bart's perfectly. So what step we ordered, I took his code, I entered it, registered myself with Meta or the Quest or Oculus or whatever. I registered it. And it said,
Yep.
Now go buy your device. And I went to Walmart and bought it. They're claiming that I was supposed to go, but they never tell you this. They're claiming that I was supposed to go follow a link and go buy it online. It didn't matter if I bought it at Walmart from them or wherever, but I was supposed to use their online link. Did you use an online link to buy yours?
I used the one Off Grid sent me, but the one thing I did was I made sure I was logged into both Facebook and Oculus before I clicked that link. And once I clicked it, it said, "Oh, you're logged in. Do you want to use the credit?" I went, "Yep." Done.
Yeah. And
So
Mike's
maybe you
went
weren't
through.
logged in first.
Mike's went through right away also, and I know that Mike didn't buy his through using the link because Kelly bought it.
Gotcha.
So
See, so
Yeah.
that's so weird.
it's just a matter because I sent them the link, they clicked on
Right.
the thing, and then you just had to click on something there right inside of it. I didn't actually do it.
Yeah, it brings
Yeah,
up a
really
new
easy.
browser window,
Yep.
and that's all it does. It was pretty easy.
Well, they were claiming when it brought up that new browser window, I was supposed to go to one of those
Right.
sites and buy the device, but they don't tell you that. And it doesn't, and I know darn well that Mike didn't do that because you got the device off Amazon, Bart. So
Did
they made it right. So I guess that's the
Yeah.
good part. But I felt like I had to jump. I mean, there were emails back and forth wanting me to send proof that Poe sent me a link.
Yeah, I think it's listed on page 152 of your AARP book. It's right there. You just had to follow those instructions. And you probably didn't have your book open at the time. So
Oh,
it was there.
yeah. Oh, my nose is itching.
But no, you wanted to go the hard way. Go through
I'm
those
gonna-
guys.
I want to do this plug here real quick. Feral Inferno, he put in the chat there. He doesn't typically do this, but he has a special request of the Retro family.
Oh boy.
Please check out the video. Feral Inferno is releasing at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Very special video. So anyone that's watching, and that'll be tomorrow, Feral. Is that correct? Which is what, the
So is
6th?
that June 6th?
June 6th at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for those of you that watch this later on replay. But it should be still on Feral's page. But look for the one that came out on the 6th.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I can
All right.
roll out
That's a
of bed
good
by
guy.
that time.
Feral's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
guy, so I recommend people go see him.
Yes, absolutely. He's got some good content. As do everybody I've seen in the group. Again, Gamers Effects, VKQ Interest and Adventures, Mike Seaby's Gaming Headquarters. So, Mike, I'm going to give you the floor back again.
Big screen.
Get a little bit off the
Accessories?
Yeah, the VR stuff. And what is your channel gearing back up? Do you want to talk a little bit about what's going on there?
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna
Oh.
I'll share it with you guys here. So right now, as you can tell, I haven't made any video content on my Mike CB's Gaming HQ. So what I did is make a new channel, and it's called
Oh.
Gaming Road Warrior, and it's about it's gaming documentaries. It's very short, about 10 minutes long.
Oh, that's cool.
So I figured I do gaming documentaries, and right now I'm really enjoying it. You know, so yeah, that's what I've been up to, and I really like doing it compared to what I've been doing before, which was all over the place. Like that was kind of my my thing that I was just so sad about with my channel. I started as a Call of Duty channel, then I moved into retro gaming and then modern gaming. So it went all over the place. So I had like different groups of people as subscribers. So now I'm just doing gaming documentaries, and it's just specific just towards people that like, that kind of thing. So that's my niche, and I'm going to be just sticking with that for a while. I'm going to keep my other channel open, Mike CB's Gaming HQ, of course, but for now, I'm going to just stick to Gaming Road Warrior.
I'm glad that you are doing something in the YouTube world. We were pretty sad to hear that you were not going to be making any content. And Arcade Chaos is such a big fan of yours. He was sharing all of your old content in hopes that you would come back. So he'll be tickled pink that you're back. Good for you.
Yes.
We're all happy to see you back in some form or fashion.
Thank you.
That's great.
Very good. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. It's reached that time. It's reached that time where we have been on here for an hour and 1 minute. It seems like when I get this group together, it goes by so fast. And you got to remember, we've actually been on 10 minutes longer than that because Bart, myself, and Mike were on here for 10 minutes.
But imagine, G. Parker, if we were doing this in VR, it would be 10 minutes.
Yeah.
but it's been an hour. It would be only 10 minutes of the show. But in VR time, it's an hour.
That's right.
It's
a different world. It's a different.
And so those in the chat were asking, they might have to consider getting a VR headset. And this has really been an hour infomercial for VR headsets. But hopefully you get a different perspective from different people on what they think about it. And I'm hoping they'll make their own decision. And maybe we'll see them on the golf course or in the bowling alley or in outer space. It's so cool.
We'll just talk about showing up. I'll close with this little comment for me. Is Bart actually found me in a bowling alley, but he found me bowling with some little hottie and was polite and said, I'll just sit back here and watch. And he didn't interrupt the game or anything, and he watched me finish bowling. And had I turned around, I would have seen my buddy Off Grid Arcade standing behind me playing. So it was kind of cool. And he texted me later and said, "Hey, man, I was in that alley watching you play. Yeah, you played terrible. The girl beat the crap out of me."
Yeah. That's really why I didn't say anything.
friends.
I didn't want to embarrass him any more than he probably already was, knowing that someone else was watching. It was pretty. That score was pretty bad.
But I'm going to pass it around the room. Bart, you got first shot. This is our closing segment. The way I do it, I pass it around the room. Bart, you're up first. Got any closing thoughts before we move out tonight?
Yeah. Well, first of all, this has been great. It's always great to hang out with you guys. You guys are friends on and off of YouTube, and it's always a pleasure to hang out. It's so easy to do. We don't even need a script. We're just buddies talking. But getting back to the quest, I all I can say about it is, and I haven't owned as many consoles as like Mr. Postyles owned every console ever, and all this stuff. But I've owned a few over the years, and Nintendos and Xboxes, and all the way back to my Intellivision. The Quest is my favorite console I've ever had. If you want it, and it does so much more than just a console gaming. All the other things we talked about, travel and things you can see, but as a gaming console, it's hands down my favorite one I've ever had. So highly, highly recommended. Can't recommend it enough. And then if you got good friends like these guys that you can play with, even better. So that's where I'll let it sit.
That's nice.
Retro, you're up.
I was thinking, man, of all the places we can go and all the places we can visit and all the stuff that we can experience, the Quest is really a sight to be seen. Now, if only I could play pinball and have pizza with Off-Grid in a virtual world and not just in person.
Right?
That would be something special, right? So
Right.
I am a 1 week owner of the VR headset, and I couldn't be happier. I look forward to coming home and trying something new, and it's well worth it. I highly recommend it. Find me out there in the metaverse, and we'll play a game together. All right, go ahead, Mike.
Absolutely.
Mike, it's you. You're on, buddy.
Full screen.
What do you want me to talk about? I was busy in the
I
chat, so I kind of.
Just
Well, you can promote your
when
channel.
I get done at the end of mine, I like to just pass it around the room for closing thoughts.
Okay.
Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, definitely, guys. If you haven't experienced the VR headset, if you go, let's say Best Buy or something, you gotta check it out. Just, YouTube doesn't do it justice. You gotta experience it, and then, better yet, play with friends. It makes it so worth it to buy this thing. If you play with friends, you won't regret it. And there's tons of games. If you're a first-person shooter addict like me, there's like zombie games, like Retro was talking about. You can go to concerts. I seen you can go travel. So if you want to go visit someplace that you wanted to travel, you can travel on VR.
Kelly went to the sun.
Nice. And there's games I would never thought I would be into, like fishing. I mean, that was fun. And all types of stuff on that. And then what was that you were talking to me about? Off-Grid App Labs that has like free games that you can get too if you're kind of tight with money right now. You can get free games on this.
And SideQuest is an awesome app. You put SideQuest on a computer or on your phone. A lot of free or cheap games on there. Home environments, just amazing. It's an amazing thing.
Oh, and then was it pinball? Since we all like pinball here, virtual pinball. I have to try that. So that's one of my next purchases. I'm gonna definitely get that. Plus the Elven Assassin, so I can join you and Bo, and hopefully everybody here we can go shoot some orcs and stuff with our bows. Yeah. Good times. Good times with this system.
Yeah. I'm up for whatever. Because it's all fun. I haven't found a non-fun game yet. So, and I did say Kelly went to the sun, but she didn't go during the day. She waited till nighttime, and then she went.
Yeah.
Nice.
Brooklyn Menace. Hello to Brooklyn Menace. I just saw him popped in here, so I threw him up here on the screen. I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. I think y'all know who you are, but we got Brooklyn Menace, we got Gamers Effect, we got Off-Grid Arcade, we got, of course, my panel here, Off-Grid, myself, my hand in front of the screen, Retro, Mike
Forget
CB's
about
game
it.
headquarters.
Forget
about it. Trail Inferno, VKQ, Interest and Adventures, The Unknown Gamer, good grief, help me out, guys. VKQ, Interest and Adventures. Oh, you don't know who you are. I don't want to leave anybody out.
The whole gang's here.
The whole gang's here.
Arcade Chaos,
Put
Feral
your
Inferno.
comments down below. Off-Grid, help me. Put your comment down below. Your favorite VR game, when you're going to get the VR game, and your referral link.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to thank everybody. We're usually here at 10 p.m. Central. I try to have something interesting or something worthwhile to have you listen to. And I just thought this VR thing seems to have been taken off with this group anyway. And I hope you enjoy the content. So thanks, everybody. I'll say goodnight, and we'll see you all next time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Night. See ya.
Bye. Bye.